This podcast is brought to you by Legend Comics and Coffee in Omaha, Nebraska, located in scenic downtown Benson. They got a new location. It's absolutely gorgeous. Check it out. And by listeners like you. Go to Patreon/Two-Headed Nerd. Become a patron. Support this show.
Once, they were two best friends managing a comic book store. But when an innocent blood oath went wrong, the two found themselves trapped in the same body, imprisoned in a strange pyramid made of long boxes, buried deep below their hometown, where they are doomed to discuss comic books until the end of time. They were once Joe and Matt. Now they are known as the Two-Headed Nerd. And this is their podcast.
Broadcasting from the Ziggurat at Omaha and caverns deep below the metro area, it is our pleasure to welcome you to another Back at You show, episode 800 of the Two-Headed Nerd comic book podcast. I'm your head number one, the internet's Joe Patrick.
I'm your head number two. My name is Matt Baum, and we are thrilled to welcome you to a very special holiday 800th episode anniversary edition of the show. And we're celebrating the only way we know how, by reading about your favorite DC heroes murdering each other in a video game tournament style battle to the death. It wouldn't be Christmas, Joe, unless Wonder Woman got torn in half by Lobo. In this no-holds-barred episode, we continue our coverage of DC K.O., the event that is rocking the DC universe. Joe Patrick set up our fight card.
In Aquaman number 12, it's the King of Tides versus the God of the Skies, the King of Atlantis against the reincarnated raptor. It's Aquaman versus Hawkman in a clash of JLA versus JSA champions. The main man versus the Amazon in DC K.O., Wonder Woman versus Lobo. Can the Bastich handle the raw power of Diana of Themyscira? Or does he just want to get tied up by the lasso?
Yeah, we all know what's going on there.
I think two things can be true. It's tech versus terrain over in Titans number 30, as we see Cyborg and Swamp Thing get into the ring. It's the Titans tech muscle versus DC's Green Machine. And finally, the main event. For some people, I'm sure. It's a match of magic versus mayhem in Harley Quinn versus Zatanna. Cartoonishly large hammers versus backward-speaking magic in a battle of the besties.
Not as much hair pulling as I thought there was going to be in that one, you know?
Grab your popcorn and a ringside seat. This episode is going to be a total slobber-knocker. It's Back at You review time in the Ziggurat.
Loyal listeners will remember part one of our ringside coverage, where we covered a whole bunch of comics. DC K.O. 1, DC K.O. Night Fight number 1, Titans 28, Justice League Unlimited number 12, Aquaman 11, Titans 29, DC K.O. number 2, Superman 31 and 32, Justice League Unlimited 13, The Flash number 26 and 27, and DC K.O. Night Fight 2, and finally, DC K.O. Superman versus Captain Atom number 1. That was our first entry into All Fight Month. This week, we're digging deeper into All Fight Month, and it's just going to get nastier and meaner. And I'm starting to feel the way Joe Patrick feels about some of these, but no spoilers. Let's get right into it. We only got 4 big battles this month, and it starts thanks to the reading order that we found. And there is a reading order. It's a little Justice League.
There is a reading order because
thing.
there is a subplot that carries through.
Yeah, there's a Watchtower interlude that carries through. And like, I don't even know why we're really doing it. If this guy is Darkseid, each guy lines up and it's like, oh yeah, Darkseid.
All right.
Not while I'm around.
We'll get into it. Also, each chapter is labeled, so it's not really hard to follow.
It's true. Let's start with Aquaman number 12. It's Aquaman versus Hawkman, written by Jeremy Adams, art by John Timms, colors by Rex Locus, and letters by Dave Sharp. John Timms, he's your regular artist of the title. Timms.
Yeah, you might recall last time we talked about the artist that was filling in.
Yeah, it was a little crazy.
Matt was less enthused, but I loved it.
I'm not saying it was bad. It's this dude is no John Timms. John Timms is
regardless.
Very good.
Timms is the main. He's the main guy.
Timms is very good, and this comic looks very slick. It's a fantastic looking comic. We're not dealing with any of the family stuff here outside of like one scene, basically, where Aquaman's like, I got to go do this. And they're like, okay.
Right. the Justice League Atlantis or whatever they're called, Justice League Blue. They're like, screw that fight tournament. We got to go protect the oceans. And Arthur says, look, no, I trust my friends. I trust Superman.
Right.
If he says that this is what's required, then this is what I'm going to do. You guys go protect the Earth. I got to go beat up my buddy.
Which, you know, I mean, part of the deal, I guess.
I mean,
and again, we have similar rules. One thing I want to bring up before we even get into it, why some books are DC K.O. special Wonder Woman versus whatever, and others are just like Aquaman, you know, number 12.
I mean, some characters have their own books already. You're probably not going to buy a second Aquaman comic.
No, I mean, I guess, but like, couldn't you sell? Actually, I just answered my own question. You can definitely
it's like
sell.
If you want people to buy your Aquaman comic, what better way than by making it a part of All Fight Month?
You can definitely sell a second Wonder Woman book starring Lobo. That's not going to be a problem. So
exactly right.
Okay, answered my own question here. Arthur visits Carter Hall in an arid canyon, right? Where there's no water around. What's he supposed to do? Like, it's almost like they chose something to screw with them. Another thing that I'm going to notice, we'll talk about, we probably both noticed, but we'll talk about as we go through these. Once again, the rules are sort of there, but also kind of a little different for every fight.
Well, I think you need to remember that the Heart of Apocalypse is like a sentient thing.
I know.
And so it's just kind of operating under its own whims. And so it's created this arena that it thinks, oh, well, we'll do one in the desert and one in space.
I guess.
The thing that does carry over is that every time a round ends, the characters are able to choose a new form.
Agreed. I'm just saying, like, this other stuff that is happening in some of these books, it almost feels to me like not everybody got the same rules, perhaps, or Can you give me for example? They're kind of loose with these rules because everyone else, look at Superman and Captain Atom. They're just like, your first battle takes place in Metropolis. Go. It's just a background. Sure. And in this one, they're like, there is a serious limitation for Aquaman, you know, and now there was a serious limitation for Hawkman. Like, where did that come from?
Well, but that's just it, right? It wasn't a serious limitation.
Well, it turns out not to be, yes. But it seems like there's just different things going on with the rules in these books.
I think obviously they are sort of thematic because the Lobo one starts off in like a weird space boxing ring, right, you know, and then in the Harley Quinn one, they're in like a fun house. Like, so I think it's being dictated a little bit by the participants.
Perhaps, but we stick Aquaman versus Hawkman for round one in a desert, and Aquaman's like, it doesn't matter. There's water all over the place. Sploosh.
You know? What do you think made this canyon?
Yeah,
like it's a canyon. He's like, yeah. Do you think it just appeared?
There's water everywhere, and honestly, this is one of those fights with like the new powers where Aquaman is so powered up. That come on, Hawkman. Good luck, buddy. You know, I don't know what to tell you.
I was actually sort of impressed that, like, spoilers, Aquaman wins both rounds, wins 2 rounds in a row, like very handily, very quickly.
Not a problem.
Because Hawkman does not stand a chance, even though in the second round, after the first round, Arthur's just hits him with a tidal wave, flattens him right away. In the second round, Hawkman is like, all right, I'm going to choose the form. I'm going to become empowered by the god Horus, the hawk god, blah, blah, blah. And so he shows up with the power of a god, and Aquaman is like, that's cute.
Well, and I like how they're kind of going like full, almost like Magneto with Aquaman's powers, where it's like, water is everywhere. And like everything is kind of magnetic. So like, I mean, to be fair, there is no actually ferrous iron in your blood, so you can't do stuff that Magneto does.
Certainly
in the
not
comics.
Enough for.
But in this,
in the comics and the movies to happen.
There's a strong argument to say, like, well, guess what, Carter Hall? You're made of 60% water, and I can control all of that. So why don't you just, I don't know, die.
Yeah, I mean, Aquaman could have been way more savage, I think, if he had wanted to, right?
Yeah.
He could have just evaporated. He could have turned all the water in Hawkman's body to steam.
Right.
You know, or something.
So as big as bad as this fight was, it's not as like violent as some of the others.
I mean, it's fun to look at.
It's a good fight. This is a really good fight issue.
One of my biggest notes was Aquaman has a shape-changing trident. It appears to like the tines like elongate and shorten in such a way that he holds it like a sword.
Yeah.
In some, and then in some panels, it looks like an actual trident.
I don't know.
So I do think it changes shape.
I don't know if it's future stuff because like last issue, like,
I think if we were reading Aquaman, we'd probably
Captain Nemo and adult daughter were there and stuff. So who knows? Maybe the weapon, the trident's different in the future.
Who can say? Who can say?
I don't know.
Only people that regularly read Aquaman can say.
But Aquaman,
it's not really germane to the plot.
Kicks the shit out of Hawkman, and that's what we learned. This Aquaman is way powered up, like no joke anymore. He's full on god of the ocean, and I think they did a really nice job here. I think this fight is really well drawn. The art's beautiful. This is a good fight issue. This is like one of the things we complained about with Superman versus Captain Atom, where it's just like, oh, the art kind of didn't work, and it ramped up super fast, and it was just like, all right, whatever.
But this was up to the task for sure.
This was a good issue. I like this.
Yeah, it's a buy it.
It's a buy it. Yeah, this was actually fun. The Justice League, the Watchtower interlude in this one, we see that Booster is still Darkseid, and we learn that what's this guy's name with the hammer?
The World Forger.
So
you might recall at the end of Superman versus Captain Atom, it was unclear whether or not the World Forger was standing alongside Darkseid or if he was about to smash him with his hammer. Turns out he was about to smash him with his hammer.
And I don't know if it was an art thing, because he was kind of smiling.
It was an art thing, for sure.
Because he was standing by him kind of smiling like, yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like, now it's our time.
Right.
But no, he's attacking Booster Gold. There's a 2 or 3 page fight. That's the thing about all of the issues this week, is that the Watchtower interlude is only like a couple pages long.
Right.
And so the forward momentum is almost nil.
Yeah, it's just the bad guys. Well, I don't know, not bad guys, but the messengers that showed up to tell everybody what was going on, basically getting dealt with by Darkseid one by one.
Yeah, right.
But this is a buy it. I thought this issue was great.
Loved it.
Really
Absolutely.
well drawn. Yeah, and I love me some Hawkman. And as much as I love Hawkman, no, this Aquaman's going to kick your ass. It just makes sense.
Yeah. I'm interested in going back and reading Jeremy Adams's Aquaman for sure. It's just one of those books that fell through the cracks for me.
Same.
After we reviewed issue 1, but I have liked every issue that I've checked out.
Seems like a lot is going on in that book.
There's a lot going on. Yeah. But I mean, it's been going for a year, so
it's true.
This is DC K.O. Wonder Woman versus Lobo #1. It's written by Joel Jones with art by Jason Howard, Kerry Nord, and Daniel Bayliss. Daniel Bayliss handles the Justice League interlude, just as an FYI. The fight stuff is by Howard and Nord, and boy, oh boy, does this comic book look amazing. Colors are by Tamara Bonvillain and Bayliss, who colors his own work. Letters are by Clayton Cowles. So this to me read like sort of like an old issue of Lobo's series, like real absurdist stuff.
Very throwback. Definitely.
Like there are like angels and demons watching stuff from their heavenly hot tubs on TV. So we get Wonder Woman and the main man, pretty evenly matched power wise, but he fights dirty. He manages to pull out a win in round 1. And then we get this excellent scene where in round 2, where they choose their quote unquote ideal forms, Wonder Woman's ideal form is the one where she is surrounded by her sisters on Themyscira. Eater. And so she gets extra help from various Wonder Girls.
So this is
Lobo's
real quick. This goes into some of the rule stuff I'm talking about, where it's just like, are we even choosing a form at that point? Because it was just showing up in the god armor she's got with the wings, and you know that's a form. I'll buy that. The shield and the sword. It's all.
I think I think we're being kind of metaphysical here, where it's like, well, Batman isn't really Batman without his Robins, right? So
maybe
if they were like Batman is showing up with an army full of Robins, and it's the Bat family versus whoever.
But that just sure feels like cheating to me.
I think the heart is interested in making these fights entertaining for itself. Like I might be reading into it.
I don't know.
But why make them fight at all, right? And so
they have to. Like why? Because they have to prove they've got the guts to get into the ring with Darkseid. Joe, come on.
Again, that's the heart making these rules, and so the heart is the one choosing the arenas, like the weird space boxing ring.
I guess.
And so like the heart is obviously like fucking with these people on some level.
I don't disagree, but also if we're going for the video game theme, and that is what we're doing, or the blood sport
but you're
theme.
The only one that keeps saying the video game
I'm not.
theme.
This is what they have told us. In fact, when Lobo first shows up, he is pixelated, and it says round 1. I mean,
I get it, but again, just like with the comic book Die by Kieran Gillen, you are so fixated on like the idea that it's supposed to be one thing that like it's not going to follow the rules that you're used to just because it's video game inspired.
Sure. There's a whole different contest that happens in this book that has not happened in any of the other fights we've read, where in between round 2 and 3, they have a contest of champions where they're kicking each other in the shins.
No, that's round 3. That's round 3.
No, it's not. It isn't, because after that they have round 3.
No, round 3, round 2 is Wonder Woman on Themyscira with her sisters, and Lobo's ideal form is the sexy new 52 Lobo, because his ideal form is the one that's able to hit on all the ladies, which I thought was an incredible.
Then they
joke.
say round 3, Galactic Slap Match, Shin Kicking Championship,
yes, round
Invitational.
Matt, I have it in my notes.
And then it says
just follow through the progression of my
contest, and there's like a whole nother thing.
Matt, just roll with the experience, will you, bud?
I'm just saying nobody else is doing this, but whatever.
Because this is a book about fucking Lobo, you dummy.
I guess.
Of course not. He loses round 2 because Wonder Woman flattens him with his own space hog. And by space hog, I mean motorcycle, not space penis.
Right.
There was a fun bit in the art where every time one of the Wonder Girls cut off one of his body parts, it regenerated like normal Lobo. So he ended up with a giant normal Lobo arm on top of his dumb, sexy new 52 body.
I thought that was clever.
Which was very funny. So round 3 is a series of very silly contests like chess boxing and car jitsu, which is just like fighting each other inside of a moving car. It's all really ridiculous. And it turns out God or something, the presence or whatever, has been watching this the whole time. And I guess the reason Lobo can't die is because Lobo has a pact with God.
Is that a thing?
I'll be the first to tell you I'm not 100% on all the Lobo backstory.
Like, I'm assuming this is something from Keith Giffen's old school.
It
Lobo.
could be, right?
It's got to be, right?
And so the heart of Apocalypse is like, and so like God and his assistant show up, and they look like, I don't know if they are supposed to look like Alan Grant and whoever who did the old Lobo series or whatever. But the Heart of Darkness is like, ooh, Lobo took the name of the Almighty in vain. That's not going to go over well with, and then God's like, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
This is all very, very comedic. And while these shenanigans are going down, Wonder Woman is able to distract Lobo, or God distracts Lobo or whatever. And that allows Diana to pull off the win. So this is just a fun issue showcasing a very obviously silly fight, but Lobo was never going to advance.
No.
You know?
And he doesn't just distract Lobo. He's like, all right, you're not immortal anymore.
Yeah, he like tears up the contract, which is a thing.
Which is a thing.
And then
something had to have happened. Like they had a contract.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If you are a big Lobo fan, lay it on us, but I don't think it's really worth obsessing over. This is just kind of a silly issue to read if you want to have a good time.
I just didn't know. I thought so. Lobo, like his alien Zaranian whatever body had all these powers, but apparently not all Zaranians.
I don't know. I have no idea,
because there was like an army of them that just tried to take over Metropolis, and that was a big problem.
I like. But so here's what I think. I think that there's the normal Zarnian genetic structure that has a very powerful healing factor, and then there's whatever Lobo is, which is like literally immortal.
He's like a super Zarnian, basically.
Maybe, yeah. Okay. And so that's what I think is going on. But again, this is not really meant to be taken too seriously. It's just a slapsticky, fun. It's all fight month. Like, these aren't all going to be Shakespeare. Sometimes it's just a good time.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. And if Lobo's in it, then you should know what you're getting into. It's part of the
right. And like Jason Howard and Carrie Nord. I mean, come on. Like I thought this book was a ton of fun. The World Forger versus Darkseid bits are, look, spoiler alert, they are easily the worst part of every tie-in, and it's not even close.
Well, but also so blatantly like, oh, the World Forger's going to take down Darkseid.
Remember that there's a crossover going on.
Right. But also it's like these guys who all came to the Justice League and they were like, there is nothing you can do. You guys are screwed. Except for get in this fighting tournament and do this thing. That's it. That's the only way this works. And then Darkseid shows up in the body of Booster Gold, and they're like, oh yeah, Darkseid? Now while I'm around. It's like, no, you just told the entire Justice League.
But what's he supposed to do? What's he supposed to do? Nothing?
Leave? I don't know. He's so confident about kicking Darkseid's ass too. That's the other thing.
Well, that's just it, right? Yeah. And that's going to carry us over to our next tie-in, where the Watchtower bits take an absurd turn.
True.
Because if the World Forger can't beat Darkseid,
yeah, we'll get there.
This was a buy it for me. I had a blast, and you cannot think too hard about this. This is the issue. This is literally the action figure smashing together issue that everybody says that they want.
It is. And there was some like terrible fucking people on like Reddit comics. They're like, there's no way Wonder Woman takes down Lobo. He's got the power.
You know who else can't beat Lobo in a fight? Like, fucking Hitman.
Yeah, like shut up.
But when they do a Hitman Lobo crossover, it's gonna be fun, and Hitman's gonna win.
Yeah. Do you even comics, bro? I gotta ask.
Yes,
like, come on.
Exactly.
And Wonder Woman also a lot smarter than Lobo. So yeah, I think she wins that fight regardless. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I had fun with this. I thought this was fun.
Again, though, for our last two tie-ins, no artifacts from DC K.O. number 2.
None of that.
Aquaman does not have the Claw of Horus. No. Lobo does not have Vane's Venom. Like,
and this is why, like, it's little things like this. Like, I wonder how thrown together some of this was. Because they're like, oh yeah, we forgot to mention that they went and got all this stuff in DCKO too.
Well, I mean, I think really it was just go find. It's a scavenger hunt. First person to find, or anyone that doesn't find an item gets left out. Well, but the items are not really to help you. It's just so that the fans know, oh, haha, DC stuff. Adam's shape changing belt.
But you yourself said some of those items are on the covers of issues that are coming up.
Well, that's where I think maybe there's some disconnect with
I think so.
the artist.
I think so. And this was a little thrown together, and that's why we see slight variations in the rules here and there and cheating or whatever, like, okay, like they were just doing the thing.
I'm actually I thought for sure that I saw the Claw of Horus on the cover of Aquaman 12, but it's not there.
It is not there. No.
Yeah, so maybe I was wrong, or maybe they had the covers mocked up and they changed them. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
We shall see, but it doesn't seem to matter.
The artifacts, I think we can just safely assume, were not really the point. It was just a means to an end to get characters from point A to point B.
Which, whatever.
Could have been little vinyl flags planted in the ground.
The fight continues in Titans 30. Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, but you may not know that this is actually Titans 30, because the fact that it's a Titans comic is one of the smallest, outside of the creators' names, one of the smallest fonts on the cover. Says Titans.
I mean, the Aquaman one was the same.
Was it the same?
Yeah, it just said Aquaman in the corner. Aquaman number 12 in tiny little letters.
Yeah, I guess it does. You're right. But it also does say Aquaman in all caps on the cover too. So
well, that's because he's the
right.
It just so happens Cyborg is not the only character.
Cyborg doesn't have his own book. Whatever. Great cover here though. Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, which fun idea. I like where Leah Williams is going with this.
This is Pete Woods cover. I should have credited him, but it is a good cover.
It's solid. This is Titans 30, written by John Layman, art and colors by Pete Woods, inks by Bruno Abdias, letters by Wes Abbott. Cyborg and Swamp Thing, it just makes sense. You've got tech versus plants. It's like a Pokemon battle or something, right?
Sure, yeah. So was Aquaman versus Hawkman, for that matter.
True. Cyborg is ridiculously powerful, but at the same time, like Swamp Thing, sort of like Aquaman, is a god of the green, right?
Swamp Thing is an elemental being. Cyborg is empowered by an artifact from New Genesis.
Right.
So I guess it depends. I mean, both power sets are incredibly ridiculously overpowered.
I suppose. I just on paper in my mind.
You would, because I have a hard time not just thinking of Cyborg as the guy running around in metal short pants,
right,
making little guns out of his hand.
And how many times
he's way more than that.
We've seen Swamp Thing get his ass kicked by like people way less powerful than the Swamp Thing, you know. So again, we're comic booking here, and maybe he's worked out and he's fired himself up and he's ready to go and he has access to all his most powerful forms and stuff. So you know, it is what it is. The book looks fantastic. Pete Woods, goddamn. This is rising to the occasion. This is all fight month, total whoop ass, complete action. Swamp Thing looks great. Cyborg looks fucking kick ass. The fights are brutal. And it's one of those things where in this one, you're inside of Cyborg's head and he's kind of narrating the whole thing. Like, I got to do this, you know, and I got to do it for my friends. They're busy doing whatever. And I'm the guy and I know I'm undergunned here.
I'm the representative to make it through this fight. Yeah. I have to do my best.
And the Swamp Thing is like a god. So I literally do not have to hold back. He's like, I don't even know if this guy can die. Quite honestly. So it's not a matter of like, I know him, we're old buddies, you know, like I'll buy the Aquaman and Hawkman maybe don't like each other a whole lot, but I also don't think Aquaman's like, I got no problem killing Hawkman.
Well, I think that there is an implied understanding that any deaths that occur in this tournament are not real.
I 100% disagree. As based on the next comic book we're going to read. I don't think they know this yet.
Yeah. Okay. You can, I will, I'm noting your disagreement and then I'm going to point to a very specific line.
Okay. We'll get there. I don't think they know this yet though.
Well, they do because they get obliterated in each round and then they come back perfectly hale and hearty in the next round.
I suppose. But in the end of the third round, it's like they're gone. You know, I mean, you get
to parts unknown.
You get two shots and then they are dead, theoretically.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. I don't know that
was
these
like,
are all.
No, remember, Superman was like, no, we are not getting into a ring and killing each other.
I don't think that these are all battle. I don't think that these have all been battles to the death is another thing. Because I don't believe for 1 second that Superman killed Captain Atom.
I mean, he scattered his atoms across space or whatever, you know. Like,
no, he blasted him into the time stream.
Yeah, Wonder Woman definitely killed Lobo. There's no question. She killed him.
Lobo, we know that Lobo is going to be fine. He's got his own book coming out.
We do. I'm just saying, I don't know that Wonder Woman does, and that's part.
But Wonder Woman is the sort of character where it's like, yeah, okay, you would expect her to not hold back.
I suppose, and
because she is a warrior.
I am giving.
And she knows the stakes.
I'm giving Vic a pass here because again, Swamp Thing. There's a good chance this guy cannot die, period.
Sure.
But in the next...
Well, and also they're also talking to each other.
Right.
Throughout the thing. They're not like antagonistic.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, like they are fighting because they know they have to. And Swamp Thing, Vic wins round one and wins it well. Like does a thing where he emits this like type of light that just fries all biological matter. And you see the Swamp Thing cooked and smoke coming out where his eyeballs used to be. Like he got him. KO. It's a great fight. Second fight, the Swamp Thing shows up. kind of meaty look, cactus, flowery. I'm not really sure what it is, but
I mean, they're plants. That's just weird, like red.
It's gross. And Vic is like more slimmed down in this form. He's not like the guy with the big guns anymore. Of course, he does make big guns come out of his back.
Well, Vic does the thing.
It kind of looks like it comes out of his butt.
That's driving me crazy. Where it's like, time to choose my form. Well, I won round one as myself, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
dude.
If you want to make it through the tournament, fucking play by the rules.
But he can make this giant gun come out of his butt. He's kind of bending over, and it totally looks like the gun is coming out of his butt.
Yes, but he could do that already.
I suppose. So you got that. What else do you need?
Well, you coming out of his butt, you weirdo.
He's bent over with his like hands down, and he's like,
that's on top of his shoulder.
It's behind him.
Do you even know what a butt looks like?
It's behind him. It's coming out of his butt. But he should have picked up the more powerful. The Swamp Thing eats him and digests his human parts. That's a murder right there. No doubt. Swamp Thing kills this guy.
I love the way that they have incorporated Pete Woods has incorporated the KOs into the art.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like, it's really well done.
It's like a blood splattered KO or whatever. And just a helmet's laying there. That's very cool. Meanwhile, on the Justice League Lunar Evacuation Command Center. This is not a watchtower thing. This is
the original watchtower on the moon.
On the moon, where they're
from Grant Morrison's JLA.
The Titans are still coordinating everybody getting the hell off Earth. That was kind of their job. Not John Kent. This is Connor Kent, right? Is here?
This is John Kent.
Oh, this is John Kent. Sorry.
Yes.
My bad. I can't stand this outfit. I don't like it at all.
I don't care for it either.
Yeah, it's really bad. He's on Earth and he's like, I think we got just about everybody. We'll be right back there. I had some help getting everybody off Earth. And Arsenal's like, who was helping you, bro? And he's like, oh, your daughter, Leanne, who wears a cat mask. And what she call herself now? I don't even really like it.
I don't remember, but I mean, the cat mask came from her mom. Her mom is Cheshire.
Her name's Kitsune or something is what they call her now, or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah. But she's running around trying to be an adventurer.
Yeah. In a sweatshirt and a cat mask.
I mean, again,
she doesn't have a uniform yet. She doesn't have a uniform yet.
So,
I get it. I'm just saying she doesn't have a uniform. She's got a cat mask and a hooded sweatshirt.
Well, her dad won't let her play.
But dad's not into it. Of course, he's like, no, it's too dangerous. You shouldn't be around there. And also, you shouldn't have been robbing the Justice League with your mom in the pages of Cheshire and Cheetah robbed the Justice League, which I did not know was in continuity. I'll take it. It's a great book.
It's not a Black Label book.
It's not a Black Label book. I'll take it.
It's an all-in book.
I guess. But we've also learned that Black Label can be in continuity when we need that too. So
yeah, but it's not a Black Label book.
It is not.
It's an all-in book.
And I really like it. So he calls her out and he's like, no more of this. She's like, oh, whatever. Did you ask Green Arrow permission when you first started out with the Titans? And he's like, oh, these kids.
You got me. Yeah, he makes that sound too. He's not like,
no.
Right.
Back to the fight. Final round. We're tied. And Cyborg has chosen big, herky, like Macross form with gigantic arms.
This is what I put in the notes. I said in round 3, Cyborg has chosen a form that incorporates the abilities of his friends, which means his ideal form is one that can do the Care Bear stare,
right,
basically.
More or less. And I'm going to say this is where it gets silly. This is where it gets silly. You're Cyborg. You've already done a thing where you used a type of ultraviolet light that cooks plants, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to show you.
I'm going to summon the ability to shoot sticks and arrows.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to show you I'm not alone by using all my friends' powers.
And again, it cannot be stressed enough that the heart of Apocalypse is not interested in teaching you a moral lesson.
No,
it only wants you to win.
Right. And so he starts shooting Escria sticks because, Nightwing carries those, and he starts shooting arrows because, Arsenal shoots those, and then he shoots dark magic. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Is it dark magic or is it more like no? He says they're star bolts.
He says shadow magic.
You're right. He does say star bolts and shadow magic.
Let's talk about that.
Again, he's empowered by a mother box or a father box or whichever
it's like
one.
Making
of those
him
boxes.
Fucking magic and shit.
Look. all you have to tell me when it comes to Cyborg is New God stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, so he can do anything.
And he has razor sharp claws like Beast Boy.
Yeah, and they're green and they're made out of holograms.
I'm sorry, but none of this sounds like it hurts the Swamp Thing at all. You know?
No, and in fact, it doesn't really.
It doesn't.
Which is kind of where we get to this ending, which I think is a really great ending.
I think the ending is good, but the Swamp Thing's like, all right, you proved you've got what it takes, kid. When you did the Titans Care Bear stare and summoned all your friends' powers, you showed me something. You really showed me something there. So I'm going to let you kill me. I'm going to let you kill me. So you can go on to fight Darkseid. And I would argue everybody in this comic, the Swamp Thing, Vic Sage, Cyborg, and the Heart of Darkness.
Vic Stone.
Pardon me, Vic Stone. Sorry.
Vic Sage is
the question. Yeah, Vic Stone. We all learned the wrong lesson.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I don't know if this is something that the writers just like. I need you guys to look again at the outline of the event and look what the Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson put on the page.
Right.
There's nothing about this exercise that involves you winning, quote unquote, the right way.
But
the Heart of Apocalypse is only concerned with victory.
There does seem to be a mandate in the Titans book right now that every storyline and perhaps other issue has to end with, next time in a very special episode of the Titans, we learn that family is the true power and it lives inside all of us.
But that has been that has been a hallmark of Titans comics since 1982.
Would you agree this is not the fucking time?
No, I would agree this is not the fucking time.
And maybe
I think it's fine in the interlude because Leanne wants to help.
Sure.
Leanne wants to help. And Roy is begrudgingly like, you're right. You know, I wouldn't stand on the sidelines. Go with Connor. Go with John. I mean, help. And then that leads us to a one shot that's coming later about the kid heroes
with the worst title yet. You thought Night Fight was stupid?
All fight.
Wait till you get to the kids are all fight. Oh, come on.
Right. And so I'm fine with that lesson in that interlude, but when it comes down to the actual slobber-knocker parts of the show, of the comic, in something dubbed All Fight Month, we are not really here to learn moral lessons. Now, I will say this. If Swamp Thing, as the elemental of the earth, like, sees that if he is removed from the earth to go fight further on in this tournament, he's going to be diminished, like separated from the green and blah, blah, blah.
Disagree. We learned that the green is not just the earth, Joe.
No, yeah, I guess you're right.
We learned the green.
But I mean, if Swamp Thing is like, it has to be one of us, and you clearly have the heart and the power of friendship. Sure. I mean, but like, look, this guy, I don't know anything about. That's another thing here is that Vic is like, is this Alec Holland or is this Levi? And Swamp Thing is just like, I am Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And so I don't know much about the new Swamp Thing. Like maybe the whole deal is a bit more zen. I don't know. I didn't have a problem with it. I do think it's a little heavy-handed. Yes.
It's extremely heavy-handed. I'm not saying it's bad. This is a good comic.
And also, again, not really the time.
And a good fight. Yeah, this is not where you do this. I agree. That's my problem. You don't do this here. And I think if you maybe sending Beast Boy and being like, turn into the scariest monsters you possibly can and kill the fucking Swamp Thing. You know, and we learn like, oh man, Garth has always been a joke. But behind that, there's been this rage, and Garth can.
But we did that already. We had that Beast
done.
World. We already
we had the Beast
we already
World
did their Secret Darkness in Beast Boy.
Right, but I'm saying you can tap into that. I wouldn't send Victor. Victor's too goddamn sweet. No, you're gonna shoot arrows at people. Get out of here, dude. Like,
no. But as far as this decision Swamp Thing makes to let Vic win, that part of it, I was like, it has to be one of us. I'm glad it's you.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. And Swamp Thing, I think, could have
But the
taken
power of friendship as your final form is fucking stupid,
silly,
my guy.
silly. So now we go to the Watchtower for our interlude. The World Breaker got his ass kicked.
World Forger.
Pardon me,
Yes.
World Forger got his ass kicked. Bearded Darkseid Booster Gold is talking mad shit. His letters are black and scary. His word balloons are black and scary. He's bad news. But there's one person left that's going to take him down. Gorilla Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd, right? Because the World Forger couldn't get the job done.
No.
This cosmic being from the point of creation couldn't get the job done.
Nope.
How about a really smart gorilla with psychic powers?
Yeah, why not? He's gonna.
And I mean, not just like I don't mean like an alien gorilla. I mean, just a regular Earth gorilla that happens to have psychic powers.
Sure. Well, I mean, Gorilla Grodd's no slouch. He's slapped the Titans around. He's slapped the JLA around.
Sure.
But he also knows he can't win this damn fight. They all showed up and said, we can't win this fight.
Right. If this moment is supposed to make me go, oh shit, Darkseid's in for it now, I had the opposite reaction.
Yeah, and all you got to do is be like, oh, Gorilla Grodd's like, oh, well, you're Darkseid. Okay, I guess I'll bow down. I've been working for you this whole time. I'm Gorilla Grodd.
No, that's actually not the case if you've been reading the Justice League books and stuff.
No, I know.
Gorilla Grodd has been kind of like.
I'm saying, but if I'm Gorilla Grodd and I'm
he's gonna play it.
Yeah,
play it. Sure,
right? And I try and use my powers a little bit to be like,
sure, right? Hey, how can I help you, Lord?
I'm on your side. Right. These other assholes, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, right. I will say though, this panel of Gorilla Grodd throttling Booster Gold is pretty fucking great.
It's cool. It's cool, but you're not going to win that fight. Back to the moon. John and Leanne are
yes, they're on the moon at this moment.
They're being sent on their own mission to go help with getting more people off the planet or fighting or whatever the kids are going to do. And Donna and Arsenal go back to Earth, which is a mess, man. There's volcanoes popping up all over the place, starting to look like apocalypse. And kapow! They get knocked the frig down by Grail, the daughter of Darkseid, which made me go, who?
So,
I don't know.
Grail, daughter of Darkseid, is from Jeff Johns' Justice League back in the New 52.
Why do we?
That's literally the only thing I know about her.
What?
I don't.
Hell?
That's the end of my knowledge. I know that she's the daughter of Darkseid.
Ugh.
That's it.
I mean, like, man, you want to make me less.
I mean, well, Darkseid's got all kinds of bastard kids.
I'm not saying he does, but isn't there like characters that'd be more interesting if they showed up than Scott Snyder's creation from the New 52?
This is Jeff
Johns' creation from the New 52 that no one remembers or cares about.
Well, some people must.
You say so. I don't know.
I mean, look, I don't think it's going to have the same. Here's what I think. Grail, daughter of Darkseid, from what little I've seen, is a character that is calculating and, intelligent. Whereas if you just have Calabac show up, Calabac has gotten his ass handed to him on any number of occasions.
I mean, I suppose, but if Calabac shows up, he can take out Donna and fucking Arsenal. He's not going to even.
Donna is almost as strong as Wonder Woman.
Sure,
so no,
but
I don't think so.
Calabac can slap two of the Titans around, and I'll say,
I don't think Calabac is going to
pick your two
in a fight.
Pick any two Titans. Calabac wins that fight. Come on.
I disagree with you.
Nah, get out of here. No way.
All right. This is a fine issue. It's got some cheesy parts, but I enjoyed it still.
The art's great. The art.
Wouldn't you agree?
Top notch. It's a skim it. This is a skim it. Fight's good.
See, this is a buy it for me.
It's a skim it for me.
I also thought that the interlude, this is the only one so far to have additional interludes that weren't the dumb 2-page Watchtower stuff.
Yes, the interlude feels like it's doing something with the Titans and it's pushing the Titan story forward. I'll give you all of that. I don't know who Grail is. Now that you've told me, I like it even less. And I'm sorry, but the power of friendship shit is stupid, and this is not the place to do it. We had a great fight. It's a nice twist in the story.
This is a buy it from me.
Skim it.
All right. That takes us to our final round for this particular episode.
Our main event. This is our main event.
Oh, sorry. It's our main event.
Yeah, the rounds are in the fight. I know you don't want to.
Gotcha. Yeah, right. Not that it's confusing at all for anybody following along, but this is considered DC K.O. round 5, which means it's the 5th chapter of All Fight Month.
But they are putting the rounds on the
fifth. It is not the 5th chapter of DCKO.
Just All Fight Month.
The ongoing arc.
Just All Fight Month.
So this is DCKO, Harley Quinn versus Zatanna #1. It's written by Leah Williams with art by Mirka Andolfo. Colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr. Letters by Steve Wands. So I saw this as one of the earliest issues, and I was like, well, how is this going to work? How is Zatanna versus Harley Quinn going to work? Because the fight is going to be ridiculously one-sided. And it turns out Leah Williams is perfectly aware of that. And while they're all like getting ready to fight, Harley takes a cheap shot and crushes Zatanna's larynx.
Well, okay, yes, and I like what Leah Williams is doing here, and that makes total sense. I see Harley doing that, no problem. But Zatanna shows up, and she's like, I barely know what's going on. Are you supposed to be my partner here to help me? And it's like, Zatanna, have you not been paying fucking attention?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. She's like, oh, it's you. Hey, Harley, I'm so relieved to see you. Does this mean we're combat partners? That's fortunate. Hi, Zatanna. I don't know if you were around. Actually, I do know you were around because you were very much featured in both KO 1 and 2. You know what is happening. You've been told what is going on.
I was expecting the fights to be versus like heroes versus villains, and Harley is not. These days, Harley is not typically considered a villain.
I guess, but we've already seen heroes versus heroes in the pages of DCKO where she was there.
I understand, Matt. Look, that's fine. I get it. Yeah, I think it's sort of silly for Zatanna to find herself in this. It feels like her father's like chamber of weird secrets, right? Or isn't that what it is?
Something. It's like his backstage, whatever. Or like,
yeah.
Where he keeps all the stuff.
Harley Quinn shows up. It's like a maze. It's real creepy. It's a hall of mirrors, a bunch of glass cases.
Harley knows exactly what's going on.
I would yes.
Harley knows. Harley has no illusions whatsoever as to what's going on.
You're right. But so for Zatanna to be like, oh, hey, thank God it's you. Let's figure out what to do.
Yeah.
I think she should have known she was in the middle of a fight.
Right. And Harley walks right up and does the one thing that Harley would do, knowing, well, Zatanna's super powerful. She's a magic user. And all she has to do is say, I won the fight backwards and everything's over, because who fucking knows how her dumb power works. And so she goes, boop, and hits her in the throat.
You know exactly how her power works. She says the thing backwards.
I don't like Zatanna's power as much as I don't like the Scarlet Witch's power. It's just one of those things where it's not defined on paper enough to make any sense. If Zatanna can do what Zatanna reportedly can do, why does Zatanna ever lose any fight?
I mean, you can say the same thing about Superman.
No, I totally disagree.
The answer is because it's entertaining.
I totally disagree.
The writers have the characters doing whatever the story
Superman has
requires.
limitations, and some of the best Superman writers work with those limitations to give you a compelling story. Zatanna can do whatever the fuck the writer wants at that moment, or maybe she can't do it.
But so can Superman.
Or she's not willing to, or whatever. And in this case, she's not willing to, because she comes right out. This is where I'm saying they don't know if they're murdering each other or not, because she loses the first fight. Harley kicks her ass, right? Hits her with a hammer.
So
fight over.
Right, hold on. This is my issue. You just back up and let me go through my notes.
Okay.
So they come out. Harley shows herself to Zatanna. Zatanna is like, well, I hope we can have a fair fight. Haha. And instead of just fucking kicking her out right then and there, she hesitates. And that's when Harley makes her move. And she hits Zatanna in the throat with the bottom of her hammer, removes her ability to speak, and thus cast spells. Harley is like, this is a game. This is a game. She's toying with Zatanna. She's like trailing her hammer behind her and wandering around. It's like, where are you? I'm coming for you, and she manages to take out Zatanna pretty easily.
She hits her.
So that trick only
she hits her in her mommy
once.
Basket with her hammer. Like, whoa, that's cool.
So that trick only works once, and then it's round 2. Harley is again treating it like a game. She's playing dress up with all the various costumes and stuff. She's got weird weapons. Zatanna shows up looking, again, just pretty standard.
She's trying to learn a lesson.
Sure, I guess.
Wrong time. Wrong time.
Harley is breaking the fourth wall this whole time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. Zatanna, for some reason, at this point, Zatanna is refusing to use magic, even though her voice has been restored.
Stupid.
Because she thinks that she can win in a fair fist fight, which, of course, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So now we're in this retro video game world, kind of inspired by Harley's mind. Zatanna somehow wins this fist fight.
Well, time out. Zatanna does use magic. She refuses to use her magic to fight, but when she gets her earring ripped out, she goes heal. And
she heals her ear.
And her ear heals. So it's just like, what are we doing? This is
she refuses to use magic to wipe Harley Quinn out of the face. This is my
problem. Mine is like Harley Quinn was never born. Backwards. Done. Next fight. Right. Harley Quinn burst into flames.
You're not wrong. You're
background. Done.
So now we're one round each, and round 3. We are again choosing the form of our destructor. Harley is like, guess what? Now I'm magic. And she is dressed in a Zatanna costume, sort of like a Harlified version.
Which again, now, okay, the heart is fucking with them. Fine. But there's no rules. There are no rules. None.
The rules are choose a form.
Harley's
choose
never
a form based
been
on any version of you that you can find in existence within the multiverse, which
Harley's
is infinite.
Never been magic. And okay, well then there are no rules. If it's infinite, then there's no rules. There are no rules.
Welcome to DC K.O, man. I'm glad it only took you 2 episodes to get here.
This is my problem. Like, if we want to just do a fight where we are learning that Harley is showing Zatanna, and there's some good writing here by Williams. I like the whole like Harley coming from a place where like, hey, I was in someone's shadow. You know, I let myself be abused, and I don't like that person that I was, and I found my way out of it. And I'm not saying that your father has abused you, but you've definitely lived in his shadow. And you've never come out to be the person that you are. And she's like, oh, you're right. We're learning about each other, and neither of us is taking this very seriously. And also, you can just be fucking magic if you want to.
And then this is my issue, is that Zatanna is just not being Zatanna at all.
No.
And Harley Quinn is like summoning magic chains and slapping her around with ghost fists.
They have a magic Dragon Ball Z or Green Lantern fight, essentially.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now then Zatanna finally like gets it together and starts to do some stuff. But I don't know. This I thought had some good moments. And so this is where I landed at the end of it all. Harley Quinn, she knows full well that there's no way she's going to make it anywhere in the tournament.
Sure.
She was like, okay, step 1, make sure a supervillain doesn't make it in. And like, I take a spot that would have gone to a bad guy.
Sure.
Great. And now she's here and she's like, okay, all I need to do is pump up my opponent so that they've got the fuel they need to take that forward into the fight, because I'm not going to be able to win a fight against Superman. And that part I liked.
I get that.
Why Zatanna just fucking refused to fight the whole time? I was like,
it's stupid. She shouldn't fucking be there. And it's not just that she's trying to pump her up to do the thing. She's pumping her up to murder her. And at this point, Zatanna says on the page, she does not know that she has not killed her friend forever. She says, I've never killed anyone before. I just had to murder my friend. For what? Conquest? She does not know that she didn't just kill Harley Quinn. These heroes, they don't know that. They're in a murder match, Joe. And and this was the issue when we got to this point, because I was with you, where I thought like, well, maybe they kind of whatever. And based on the fight that they're in, maybe it's kind of like, well, that guy's going to be reincarnated and that guy's a god and, you know, like whatever. But Zatanna comes right out and says the quiet part out loud. I've never killed anyone before.
Right. But
she full on believes she's holding her friend and crying.
I get it. And like, I understand. But not every fight ends this way. Not every fight ends in a definitive, like, oh, that character is dead. Like, you would agree, right? We've seen, like,
depending on how the character,
Superman does not kill Captain Atom. That is a fact.
But that's also depending on who that character is. Like, I don't know if you can kill Captain Atom. I don't know if you can kill
just
Swamp
like I don't think you can kill Lobo.
Like, and you can
Swamp Thing.
You can kill Hawkman all day. He'll be back. Don't worry.
I don't know that it's made explicitly clear that Hawkman has been killed. He's lost the fight.
I disagree, because they say you have to fight to the death. That is the rule. You have to fight to the death is what they say.
Sure.
The heart came out. That's the only rule that we've seen carry through to every fight.
I thought that there was.
It's not incapacitation, because Darkseid is so evil that you have to prove you're willing to do whatever it takes to take Darkseid off the board. And that means killing your friends.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you that's what it said.
When we got to this point, that's when I went, okay, now I'm having trouble with this, because I don't believe.
But they told us that from day one. I don't understand
that. But like you said, I went into it with the understanding that maybe the heroes know you just get turned into stone and you're being zapped away. But they don't know.
Zatanna does say, Harley, we don't know if this is permanent or not.
Sure, but she's also crying because she murdered her.
Because she doesn't know if it's permanent or not.
So
she's like, Harley, why did you do that? We don't know if this is for real.
One, maybe she shouldn't be there at all. Two, again, we learned the wrong lesson.
Again, Zatanna is not going to not try to save the universe.
I guess. This issue in particular felt like I'm going to torture this character. And I'm not even saying like I love Zatanna, but this sure feels like the mean and nasty parts that you were complaining about with the underlying idea of the whole thing.
You were saying that's exactly what I said.
You were saying it's dumb and it's mean and nasty just to be big, dumb, mean and nasty.
Well, I think that it's got big dumb moments just to have big dumb moments. But and like, yeah, Joker eating Giganta is something that you don't need to put in your comic book. It's just a way to be extreme about it.
Sure. But also, who cares if the Joker eats Giganta? Like, whatever. It's Giganta.
Yeah, no, I understand. But it's
not like Joker ate Leanne. Like that would be a little rough.
Yeah, that'd be a thing. I think that this is a skim it for me, but I liked it. I'm on the side of liking it because I love the idea of Harley Quinn having the self-realization that like she's not going to get anywhere in this tournament. However, she can prevent a murdering psychopath.
I agree. And I think Leah Williams wrote the hell out of this.
But I think that like Zatanna choosing not to fight,
stupid.
I think she's got to bend over backwards to force the lesson to get Zatanna in the head place.
Yeah.
Like that's Harley's whole goal is to get Zatanna in the right headspace to carry on the fight.
Which I think
because she doesn't have that killer instinct.
Didn't Swamp Thing just do something similar to that? But he just wanted he wanted to make sure that like not that Vic had the killer instinct, but that Vic had the grit
and the determination.
Vic had a friend. And he's not alone. That's what he wanted to learn.
And so I don't know. We're getting a lot of morality lessons here. And the characters are being forced into positions. I think there's some strong character work, but I think that you have to like close your eyes and just let some stuff happen for it to make sense.
I think that's what I think we're agreeing. And what I'm saying is like, look, if this is going to be a mean, nasty thing, literally a Mortal Kombat, tournament for the DC characters, let's just do that. Trying to give me the morality play in the big, mean and nasty tournament, one, seems strange, and two, doesn't always work. But also silly. It's not gonna seem right if all of the greatest heroes of the Justice League are like, well, you heard him. Let's start killing. Well, no, sure. If
if
Zatanna showed up and went, Harley Quinn gets bent in half backwards and
inside out, turns her inside out. Right. It's like, it's not gonna seem right.
I get it.
And so I think that they're trying to do a little too much here as far as, like you said, like have the to the death aspect work out in any way, because now we've seen two, maybe three, two. We've seen two fight month issues for sure, where it's like, you've got what it takes, kid.
Sure.
And I'm glad I was able to help get you there.
And I know you keep saying like Superman wouldn't kill Captain Atom. It's not plain that Superman can kill Captain Atom, but at the end of the day, it is Captain Atom, and they went out of their way to say, this guy's an asshole.
Oh, Captain Atom for sure would have killed Superman.
Right.
He thought he
so what are we going to do when Superman is not fighting an asshole? What do we do next month when Superman has to fight Zatanna? You know?
Well, that's just it, right? Next time, all fight month is only a month. So
I suppose,
hopefully the next round isn't quite so deathmatchy. I don't know what. Next round, fucking Annabelle shows up. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. That's all I'm saying is we're going to get to a point. Like, this was the first time where it was two people that knew each other and were kind of friends that went at it, and it like had a very tragic ending and stuff. And it's like, okay, if you want to do that and they don't know they're murdering each other, now you're asking me to accept a lot that Zatanna's in this. Because at the end, she's like, all right, fuck it. I killed my friend. Who am I killing next? You know, like she learned her lesson. Like, oh, yeah, okay, all right. Ugh.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
So
it's almost as if DCKO as a concept, it's a lot of fun ideas without any thought put into them.
I think it's starting to show some.
Welcome. I'm so glad you've made it. I'm happy to have you.
This is where I am finally at. And it starts with weird little variations in the rules, and then it moves to, well, does this character know this? And if this, what you're telling me is this character doesn't know this, that means all the other characters don't know it too. And they sure were gung ho to get in the ring. And like Aquaman showed up, killed the fuck out of Hawkman. Did not think about it. And I get it. He's a king. He's ruler of 7 seas.
He's used to it. He's used to having to make hard choices.
But still, he doesn't know if he just murdered Carter Hall for all time. You know? And don't say it's not clear that he wasn't dead in the first one because he drowned him. Joey drowned him the first time.
I will come to the defense of the event a little bit, because in theory, the prize of winning the tournament is the ability to restore things.
Right.
And so the idea being like, yeah, fight your friends, destroy your enemies, and
you can make it all
when
go
all
away.
is said and done. If you make it, you get to be king shit and stop Darkseid and put everything back the way it was.
You can House of M this shit and return it to all the way.
Right, exactly.
But you know,
if that's in the back of everyone's mind, then okay.
But what happens when Scott Snyder's steering the ship and they go, we did it, we beat Darkseid,
exactly.
And they're like, let's put it all back, and they go, oh, you can't. You murdered.
Right, exactly. Right. And so
time out. When I drowned that guy in a toilet, that counted. You know?
The whole apocalypse spoke to all the combatants and told them the rules, and yet Zatanna still shows up and is like, hey, I hope this all works out when it's done.
Yeah.
And then gets her throat punched.
Right. Like, come on.
When she should have just been like, okay, well, the stakes are incredibly high.
Yes.
Like, Cyborg should not have been wasting time trying to prove that he can win, quote unquote, the right way.
Yes.
And that's why I love the Wonder Woman versus Lobo one, because Wonder Woman had like 5 lines in that whole book, because she was like, stop Lobo, stop Lobo, stop Lobo.
But she also hates Lobo. So, you know.
Well, yeah.
I get that. It goes back to Superman Captain Atom thing. They put a bad guy in the book. Lobo is a bad guy.
Sure,
no
but Wonder Woman is also a warrior queen, and she knows what needs to be done.
Yeah, we've seen her snap a dude's neck. A normal human. I mean, he had some powers, Max. You know,
well, but yeah, Max Lord. Yeah.
But we've seen her do that shit. Let's finish our Watchtower interlude real quick.
Oh boy, my favorite part of all.
This is where we learn that Joe Patrick might not be giving Gorilla Grodd like a fair shake here. Turns out, kind of a badass, and like while Booster can use his Darkseid powers to punch him and shoot lasers at him.
He's a gorilla, man.
But also Gorilla Grodd is like, oh, but here's the problem: you're in Booster Gold's body, and he's got a brain, and I'm crazy telepathic powerful.
That's a great point.
And this ends with Booster sitting on the ground, holding his head,
or so it seems.
Yeah.
Right. And that is actually a twist that I kind of like. It's like you have chosen a weak vessel.
Yeah.
And now you have to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes, because Darkseid did just beat up a primordial cosmic being.
It's true. It's true. Let's do a quick recap for our round 2, technically rounds 2 through 5 for All Fight Month. Aquaman 12, both a buy it. We loved it.
Unanimous decision.
They understood the job in front of them. They delivered. Nice job. Okay. DC K.O. Wonder Woman versus Lobo. Both of us gave it a buy it. Again, we understand the homework, and you had a good guy and a bad guy. Not hard to write this one. Let's just have some fun. Let them kill each other. Nice job. Titans 30, Cyborg versus Swamp Thing. Very pretty issue. Not the time for this morality play bullshit. I gave it a skim.
Split decision.
Yeah.
Split decision on this one.
I gave it a skim it. Joe Patrick gave it a buy it. Harley Quinn versus Zatanna, #1. Again, I'm saying not the time for this bullshit. What are you doing, Zatanna? First of all, why are we teaching lessons?
We were both agreed in our skimmits on this one, unanimous on this.
I should have mentioned the art in that issue. Very, very good.
I think the art in all 4 issues
looked great.
Was incredible. Yeah. Very well done.
Nobody's slipping at all here. So round 2, how are we feeling? I said, I'm starting to see some cracks in what seems like I have a feeling DCKO was mapped out. They have an idea. We're going to do 5 issues. It's going to be a big thing. And then they were like,
that's where I'm like, boy, I sure hope so.
Well, no, I think the event proper, I think they were like, yep, we're good to go. And then they went,
I'm glad that you feel confident.
And then they went, you guys,
I am more cautious.
Let's do a shitload of tie-ins. And they're like, yeah, we can make all the heroes fight each other. They're like, great. And they're like, hey, Leah Williams, you take a break from your story and write Zatanna killing Harley Quinn. And she's going to be super upset about it. And it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, but tie-ins for every event are always kind of like this, where
I suppose
it's like the writers are participating, yes, but they're also participating in a way that makes them happy. You know, where they're going to tell the story they want to tell, even if it doesn't necessarily line up.
I just feel like a tie-in like this seems like it should be a lot easier when the assignment is video game style battle tournament, 1, 2, 3 rounds. Second round, rounds 2 and 3, you get to choose your destructor, your form, whatever, and whoever wins goes on. Got it.
But I also appreciate the effort to like add some depth, like in a fight when it's Harley Quinn versus Zatanna.
For sure.
On paper, there's only one way that can go. And so I appreciate Leah Williams trying to like give a little bit of extra depth to the proceedings.
Definitely.
But that's not what All Fight Month's all about, baby.
Nope. It should be about clinking the action figures together. This is the month to do that.
And so like my doubts about the event and the premise as a whole remain. That does not mean I'm not having fun with the individual.
I am still having fun.
Chapters. Like I thought all 4 of these were at least enjoyable to read.
Yes, I'm still having fun. Nothing has been.
I just thought that the Zatanna Harley one tried a little too hard to justify its own.
Yes.
Like
DCKO, we're going to continue our coverage. We'll be here with the back issue until this is over. Number 5 comes out in March, by the way. So we got some KO time to clock in, kids.
You did this. That means even though
we're seeing it through, we're doing it. For now, we are still on board. DCKO.
Yeah.
We're having a good time. We're still on board.
I mean, look, it doesn't make sense.
We haven't had to leave it yet.
And the motivation of it, but I'm having fun.
But we have not had one leave it yet. Think about that.
That's true.
It's true.
Excelsior!
That is it for THN 800. Next week, it's that time of year again where we celebrate the best comics of 2025 and hand out our coveted Golden Beppo Awards. If you need more THN in the meantime, please join our Discord, and you can find more info about that at twoheadednerd.com. Also, there's even more KO discussion there. Oh, yeah, it's heating up, baby. And you can join us for the THN Gang Hang on Saturdays at 11 o'clock Central. If you want to talk comics with us, Matt, what's the over-under on us having one this week?
I mean, like, I think we could probably have one this week. We're in between holidays.
Christmas is on Thursday.
Yeah, we're in between holidays. Let's have a gang hang because we were busy last week. There's plenty to talk about. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
We gotta have a year in review, right? Year in review gang hang.
And the one thing we like to do with the gang hang is like, okay, we're going to talk about the best in comics next week. What was the worst shit this year?
I mean,
I would love to hear some of the worst of 2025, but we want to hear your best too. So
it's just going to be Mark Stern posting that Brevoort meme over and over.
That's a good one to post right now. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you're watching us on the YouTubes. If you're downloading us from any place of podcasts are available, give us a rating, give us a review. It really, really helps put us in front of potential listeners like you.
THN is a listener-supported podcast. It would not be possible without the generosity of donors like Earth 27's biggest THN fan and our longtime supporter, Mark Tarrington. Thank you, Mark. If you like,
hold on. I don't know if people know this, but we got full-on Mark madness going on in the Discord right now.
There is a bit of a crisis on Infinite Marks going on the Discord because last episode. Mark,
I confused a couple Marks.
Matt confused Mark Orenberger with Mark Stern, and shit has hit the fan, you guys.
When you get Mark Tarrington in the mix, oh my God, I forgot Mark. Tarrington was a Mark as well. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. If you like what you hear every week and you want access to exclusive THN content, it's easy to support the show, just like all of the Marks. You can sign up to be a patron at patreon.com/2headednerd.
Before we go, this week's shout out goes to all of you listeners out there. However you choose to celebrate or don't, we wish you nothing but the best this holiday season. Be safe, be smart. If you're drinking, don't drive. If you're driving, don't drink. We could not have done any of this without y'all. We all celebrate our own ways, and that's fine. And it's part of what
some of you don't.
It's part of what makes this country a great place. All right? We all do it differently.
No matter what anyone else.
No matter what anybody else will tell you about white Jesus. Okay?
Until next time, true believers, remember to pre-order your comics or your retailer might just take their own life to teach you the power of friendship.
It's a hard lesson.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
This is the Two-Headed Nerd signing off.